Hello everyone, welcome back to the Back Post. Hope you're all doing well. We've got the North London derby coming up real soon. It's a huge game for the rivalry, but also top four. So what we thought we'd do a combined 11. Tottenham and Arsenal, combined 11. But instead of me and Josh just having an argument about it, we thought we'd get an actual Arsenal fan in. So Seven, how you doing, pal?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm okay. Mate. Thanks for joining us, mate. I appreciate it.
It's all good. I like to talk football, especially when my team's better. We've got nothing to worry about.
Already a good start.
I'm so happy about it.
2 points is a massive gap apparently. Who knew?
Yeah, and there's 4 miles between us and 13 trophies, so we'll go from there.
I'm so happy. This is why we got an Arsenal fan. So, combined 11. You've both got your 11s. Right, let's start with goalkeeper. Josh, go on. Give it to me.
It is Lloris. It is Lloris for this position. It is.
Ah!
It is. Right. I've spent the day. So I spent yesterday looking at it. Because you know what? I'm not even going to come out here and go Lloris is clearly better than Ramsdale. I'm not convinced Ramsdale is the best keeper at Arsenal. I think Leno is fantastic.
No, not at all.
Right,
Not
but
at all.
there's literally, when you dive down to the stats of these two keepers, you are talking about
Yeah, but
a 2% save difference where Ramsdale edges it. Lloris has more clean sheets. Lloris has made more saves. Literally, you actually can't split them this season. So even though we are talking about this season, and that's technically the parameters we're working under, you're talking about two people that are pretty much exactly the same on paper, although one of which is the French captain with the World Cup.
It's a trophy they can talk about anyway, so I don't really care about
Audi
it.
Cup 2018.
Is that how they were going? Audi Cups.
Audi Cup.
Cool.
No, but that.
Cars or something.
Right, talk about Ramsdale. Come on.
I think
Talk about the passion merchant.
the passion merchant. Okay, no, I think for me it's the sense of we are a team that is transitioning. We're playing out of the back in terms of we're not being this team that will hoof it long. We've seen the way Spurs try and play out from the back. We remember the Wolves incident. That's the one that sticks with me. Trying to play out from the back, a bit parry and stuff like that. For me, Ramsdale, yes, he's young. Yes, he's come off relegations. He's erratic. He's a passion merchant. Whatever. But
You heard the word erratic there, Jay, yeah?
yeah, he is erratic. But in a keeper, you need to have that element inside of you. If you're
No,
gonna-
I want cool,
No, because
calm, composed.
But your goalkeeper in the last 2 years has broken his arm trying to save a shot and has had multiple
That's a
errors,
really
multiple-
strange thing to throw.
multiple errors leading to goals. And
one this season.
And how many has Ramsdale got?
It is 0.
Okay, thank you very
Technically,
much.
I'm not sure I actually voted.
No, it is 0.
Okay.
But I think it's the one position as a goalkeeper myself. It's the one position where I don't mind conceding because like Lloris has been in the Prem since 2012.
Okay, you don't mind conceding the position. I
I
thought
don't
you
know.
didn't mind
I don't
conceding
know.
goals.
No, I don't know.
That's a terrible thing.
No. Well, have we conceded less goals than you this season?
No, we've conceded less and scored more.
That's mad.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is, but my closing argument on this, and this is for you, Jay.
Cool.
Someone's one-on-one. Let's say it's Salah. In the 90th minute of the game, it's 1-1. One-on-one.
I wouldn't have either of them.
Let's say you both conceded.
I wouldn't have either of them.
Who would you rather?
You both conceded.
Would not have either. Wouldn't.
Lloris has the ability to pull out saves that
would it-
Ramsdale can't dream of.
I think
That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's move on, Jay.
Whoa.
Lloris
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Lloris
Something ain't right.
has the ability to pull out
What, his job on a save?
unbelievable saves.
But if Ramsdale pulls out an unbelievable save, it's for the cameras or it's for this.
You're
it's for that.
talking to me about for the cameras, and you've got Ramsdale.
But the thing, it's the one I don't mind. I know Ramsdale's a good goalkeeper. He's still the better keeper at Arsenal in terms of what Arteta wants from a goalkeeper. You're talking about
Not better than Martinez.
Well, I mean, he played 10 games for us over a period, and we had to. It was either break book or.
Right.
Listen,
Let's move on.
Do you want to? You
Yeah,
Lloris, sure?
yeah, he's not my captain.
I think you are right. There isn't actually much between the two. I think I like Ramsdale. I think he's got a lot for him. For
He's still not England's number one, though. I will say that.
I mean,
He's definitely not England's number one.
Move on. I can't believe you let him have that one. But Lloris is in.
That was the only one I was worried about. That was the only one I was worried about this entire
Really?
debate.
No, because I know we can argue as much as you like, but I know for a fact that he'd have to decide. I know he'd go Ramsdale, but I'm just going to let you have this because
I was close to having Ramsdale, to be fair, but I would think.
It just depends how you want. It just depends how you want to play.
I think Lloris as well. He's been there. He's done it. He's
Let's move
experienced.
on.
Right back. Seven, you go first this time, mate. Right back. Who's your right back?
Even though he did miss 11 games, it's Tomiyasu. I don't think you can say anything.
It's Tomiyasu.
It is.
I would like to just not put him forward at all. I just want to say a little well done to Matt Doherty.
Oh,
for what he did at the end.
I thought you were going to.
I'm not putting him third forward.
So fair play.
It's not Emerson Royale. I'll give him that.
To be fair, I think anything's better than
I'm not sure
No
he's a
disrespect to the
footballer.
player, but I think.
But yeah, it's Tomiyasu. I'm not convinced by Tomiyasu. I don't think there's any good sections in there. I think maybe if we could chuck one of the attackers, we'd have to leave out
Really?
right back eventually. I don't think he's that good. I think he's average.
But how? Okay.
I think they're all average.
I think yeah. I don't think any of Emerson Royale is not in the conversation. If it was a 5 back, I think Doherty's got a case. But as a flat forward, it's Tomiyasu.
Well, that was simple. I like that, lads. Okay, we can move swiftly on to the centre backs. Josh, give me your first centre back. Romero.
Shall I give you both? Should we just do both?
Go on. Romero and Dyer.
It's Romero and Gabriel.
Ooh.
I'm a reasonable man. It's not white.
But for once.
It's definitely Romero. It's definitely Romero.
But where is this Romero?
I promise you.
Well, I'll say mine before we get into it.
Go on.
I genuinely just think it is Ben White and Gabriel. Or Rob Holding, because he's better than Cannavaro.
Right, let's just dive into it.
I think Gabriel is the one we can both agree on.
I'm happy with that.
Well, that's happy. I'm happy with that.
Gabriel as the left-footed, as the left side.
He's made less mistakes. He wants to be fair. I think he's given away a penalty. Ben White's made an error.
Yeah, the Man City game was obviously a bit different, but I think apart from that, he's been very solid. He was solid at Wolves. He's been solid every time I've watched him.
Yeah.
For me, I think, especially looking at the beginning of the season when you guys weren't defensively that strong, in terms of Ben White had more clean sheets than he had appearances at one stage. Let's talk about that.
I'm sorry, Ben White had more clean sheets than he had appearances.
No, then he had clean sheets. Sorry. My bad. I got a bit.
No.
Because Ben White. I'm pretty sure there was a time where it was very short, and I'm kind of clutching onto it because it's like probably like 2 or 3.
He had more clean sheets than appearances.
No, then your player had appearances.
Yeah, right. We're putting Tomiyasu despite a big injury. So what
but
are the parameters here?
But
Romero.
But there's no good. There's no good right back in North London.
I promise you, Romero is the top of this centre back list.
No,
I know. No, I promise. Like,
he's not the top.
Do you know when sometimes he's been out? Our team has been transformed since his return. He was Serie A player of the season last season, like centre back of the season, defender of the season. I can't remember which one it was. I promise you, this man. Did you see his double tackle that led up to us?
So he's doing his job.
No, his double tackle halfway up the pitch that eventually led to Son's goal. That's not his job. Where's Ben White doing that? Where's Ben White doing his job?
Ben White doesn't have to be stood at the pitch tackling.
Ben White's been underwhelming. Who is targeted in Arsenal's back four whenever you play anyone remotely decent? Who's targeted?
It's Gabriel.
It's Ben White.
It's Gabriel. No, but the thing is though, because different teams have done it at different stages. Because when we played Chelsea and we went to that little whatever Ben White at right back stuff like that, everything was going down that side. I'll give you that. But then when we played City, it was straight on Gabriel. Led to Gabriel getting sent off because they knew Jesus' pace would get him. And they knew, I think Ben White probably beat him in a foot race anyway.
Ben White's faster than Romero, sorry.
No, Gabriel.
Okay.
So that's why they pinned it on him. When we played City at the beginning of the season, Ben White was torn apart right at that. Yeah. I just think for me, Ben White will be, we'll look at it in a year's time or 2 years' time, Ben White will still have a better...
I think Romero is one of those centre-backs that will reach the levels of, like, do you know when we bought Davinson Sanchez from Ajax and... He was meant to. Every expert said Tottenham was a stepping stone to Barcelona. Every Dutch football expert said that. Didn't work out like that. This guy is that.
Have you still got one of the books?
Messi. There's a whole story. Who? Sorry.
Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah, he's still there. He's fine.
Oh my god.
Messi. One of his disputes with Barcelona upon leaving was then not signing Romero after the Copa America win. Look that up. That's he was like signed this boy.
I'm not disputing.
And Barcelona were like,
Barcelona
were like,
I'm pretty sure that whole Argentina squad was probably better than the Barcelona squad when he left.
But
anyway.
just this guy is insane.
I'm not saying
Ben White
I'm not
isn't
going
to be in the England squad. Romero,
really? You don't think Ben White's
sorry, he'll be in the squad. He won't be in the first team.
Yeah, but there's England. Maguire is the best centre back the world has ever seen.
Right, I'm resting my case. I'm saying that this guy is
Ben White.
Is this going to come to me?
Maybe my favourite. He's maybe my favourite Spurs. But every time anyone watches,
like I'm not too fussed. Like obviously I'd be annoyed, but if you went Romero, I'm not going to be like, oh,
you give me a lot of chances. I would be annoyed if you picked Ben White.
This is different. I think both of these centre backs have had this is their first time on the big stage, isn't it? I do think Romero's really. I think he's got a lot that.
Yeah.
Can I offer a good solution for you to process this?
Go on.
You can sign one for Chelsea. Do that for all the players we dispute.
Oh, that's great.
But they're not going to have any players. They're not going to have a club next year. To be totally honest.
But who is that? If I could offer you one of them next season.
It's Romero, I think. I think Ben White. I'm not saying he's bad as well. Again.
Yeah, I'm not saying Romero is bad.
I think it's another close one, but I think Romero gets it. I think he's got that extra bit of bite that you want in a centre back.
Can we go back to the goalkeeper? Okay. Yeah, I'm not too fussed.
2-2.
Yeah. It is 2-2.
It's about to be 3-2 Arsenal. Let's go.
Yeah, it's 10. If it was last year, then there'd be a case, and I think Sergio Reguilon will probably get it from based off last season.
I think there's still a chance for Sessegnon and Reguilon, but just not this season.
Would you?
No, I think there's a chance for them to become good.
Yeah,
for
would
Tottenham,
you in the future would you want Sessegnon at left back though?
Yeah.
Really?
If he actually sorts his like.
He was class at Fulham.
Yeah, well, I watched him live at Everton, and I just like.
He's got quality.
injured.
When you've watched him in terms of being in like the England setup and his Fulham days, and when he first joined, he kind of reminds me of Dele Alli in terms of not in terms of his style of play, but he could be one of those players where he might get an injury like the hamstring, and he can do this, and then instead of being like, I want to come back, I'm going to do this, and no disrespect to Dele Alli because there is a player in there. If he actually gets given football, we might be able to see the player that we thought.
Yeah, but it is the second best left back in Scotland. We'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Well, they both wear the captain's armband.
They both wear the captain's armband. Like a tandem.
There's a photo of Kieran Tierney wearing the captain. There's no Robertson's not next to him because he's not in the team, but we won't talk about that.
Midfield, Josh, give me first midfielder.
Well, if it's can we just do two?
Are we doing?
You want to do we're doing a 4-2, so two.
So this is the two, not maybe the pivot. Let's call it.
Yeah, the double pivot. Double pivot. Do you want me to go first or?
Oh, you say one.
Højbjerg.
Okay, Højbjerg and Party.
Yeah, that's literally mine.
All right.
Yeah,
you're supposed to argue that.
No, but
all right, Harry Winks, come on.
No. Oh, you know what? Maybe Troy Patino. He's a brilliant player. But no, I think it is those two.
Højbjerg's got a lot of shit this season, and I don't really understand it. He's currently highest on the tackle list in the entire league. He's had like the most touches or something. He's played like every minute for us. We fall up something. No, he hasn't. But every time he hasn't played, we fall apart.
I think Dyer has that.
Especially with
Dyer
Skip.
has that record as well. Dyer has that record with you. I don't think you guys have won in the last 10 if he doesn't play.
With Skip being out as well, he's been brilliant for us.
I think Partey is now, for me personally, like obviously with the Arsenal Fan TV stuff like that. When I watched him at Leicester, I genuinely, obviously I'm not old enough to remember Vieira, but when you hear people talk about Vieira in terms of what he did at Arsenal, in terms of daddy long legs, in terms of he's all over the place, he can do all this. I was watching him and I was genuinely mesmerised because he was breaking up the play, and as he was sitting in that single pivot behind the flat four, he's able to break those lines fantastically. And I think Højbjerg as well, he's a player who when he joined Spurs, I was like, you know what, that's another waste of money. Daniel Levy's he's wasted money that he could have done someone else. He has made me eat a humble pie. He has been fantastic this season.
At the time, I was there like win-win. We get Højbjerg, we get rid of Walker Peters, who's never going to make it. Now I wish we'd
kept
Walker Peters. Because,
but to be fair, he honestly, if I could have Højbjerg at Arsenal, I probably actually would.
Okay, so we've got 4 players left. Sorry, you should say that.
We've got 4 players left.
Oh, brilliant.
Attacking midfielder in front of the 2 holding. Who we got? Josh.
It's Kulevets Odegaard.
Yeah. Kuleveski at a 10, I would not want to see that.
There was that time when Lucas Moura played there really well under Mourinho, but it is Odegaard. It is Odegaard. It's between Smith Rowe and Odegaard. By virtue of this conversation.
I missed that a little bit.
I'd go with Smith Rowe.
Ooh.
No, I'm joking.
Would you?
No. So, no.
Poor Smith Rowe, that's quite harsh on Smith Rowe. He's had quite a good season. He's just ridiculous.
No.
So he's out the starting 11 now.
Yeah, but he in the last. But the thing is though, in the last 2.5-3 months, he's had COVID and injury, and then COVID again, and he's a player who you can tell on the pitch that he's still 21. Like your body's still developing at 21, 22 years old, and you can see that his fitness.
Kulevetsky, I think, isn't he?
Sorry.
Is Kulevetsky only 21?
He's a month older than Foden. A lot of people don't realise this.
We spoke about this on the channel recently. It's mad.
What?
Yeah. It's mad. He's
a lot of people don't, and it's fine if you at home don't know that. It's fine, but he's a month older than he's a month older than Phil Foden. He's got 8 assists since joining in January.
But you both gone voted.
Who's he played? We'll get on to that. But yeah, Odegaard has. For me next season.
He assisted against it.
For me, yeah, no, and he scored as well. But I'm joking. Don't need to nibble.
Right, I do.
Yeah, no, I'm glad he was made permanent. I didn't want James Maddison. Glad we didn't get him for double the price. And for next season, I'd probably have him as captain as well.
I mean, he's played as captain a couple of times.
Yeah, since
which is weird. It is a bit weird.
Not really, not at all.
Not in this modern day.
Since we've got la cardiac arrest, lack of threat up front coming out saying he wants to play in the Champions League, having 2 open goals.
I didn't have expressions on the channel with these.
Oh, Bagel FC! I don't know. But since he's got 2 goals from open play all season, and his last one came in December, and then you have the audacity to come out during a top 4 fight. I want to play Champions League football next season when you actually have the possibility of doing that with us next season.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful, and he's a player who joined for 50 million, has never scored over.
Why is there so much that?
He's never scored over 20 goals in a Premier League season.
Really?
And he's been here for 5 years.
So we're into front 3 territory.
I wonder who this could be.
We are, yeah. I think
there's only one we're actually going to disagree on.
Yeah, but there's 2 names nailed on here, isn't there?
No.
Josh.
It's Son, Kane, Saka.
I mean, I agree with Son and Kane. Do you?
Rather have Eddie and Kane. No,
I'm gonna put Kane up top because that's a given.
Yeah, Kane. As much as
Son's got the most goal contributions aside from penalties in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Son's in there, isn't he?
Son's he has to. Son's is one.
He scored like 23
I'm still enraged that he won a Puskas. I hate him. I genuinely hate him. I hate Son, but he is such a player. I hate him. I'm not gonna swear, but I hate him.
You can swear if you want.
He's a prick. I hate him because he cries, he smiles, and everyone like goes, "Oh, he's Sonny." He broke someone's leg and cried about it, and everyone, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine."
Hopefully next time Son will just show no remorse. And
I hope he does. I'd rather him show no remorse and you know what? I'll firm it. They go, "Oh, how is that red? How?" Like no. He is such a good player.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable.
Even when he was at was it Leverkusen? Before he
it was
he had obviously he hadn't hit the levels that he hit when he was at Tottenham. But when you're like, for me, I was 11 when he played at Bayern Leverkusen, so I've watched 7 years of his career, and he is such a good player.
I feel like he's got better and better as well as it's gone.
Yeah,
when we first signed him, genuinely, I was like,
who is it?
Wearing with the number 7 instantly. Didn't get a big squad number and moved down. Literally, there's the number 7. It's like, all right, who's this guy? Did a bit of research, found out he was the only ever Bundesliga player to score a hat trick in a defeat, and it's like, this is the kind of guy who should play for Spurs.
That is a Tottenham.
This is a Tottenham man through and through, and he's continuously.
It is the history of Tottenham. It is the history. But no, honestly, he is such a good player. Harry Kane.
Hate him as well, actually.
No,
you don't,
because he's English. No, I'm joking.
I mean, that's the reason why I don't hate him.
But the thing is, though, when it comes to like England competitions, obviously I treat him like anyone else. But during the season, especially when he started this season so poorly, I smiled. I was happy. I was so glad. I will admit it. I even got to the point where I said he should not be in the England squad.
That's silly, though, isn't it?
But not really. How is it silly? How is it silly? If you had when was his first? How long did it take for him to get his first goal? Because he went didn't he go on a massive drought?
Yeah, he had a drought, but
he always does that at the start.
He's Harry Kane. It was longer than usual, but he's Harry Kane. He was still.
I'm 7 Tyler. What's your point?
He was literally still playing week in week out, making space, allowing others to score. It took him a while to score his first goal.
Doing cardio though.
He was being a Lacazette. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but he's not he hasn't got a lack of threat. He's one of the most clinical strikers.
And he's now proven that because he's
climbed
back at the rankings. He's got 8 assists.
He is honestly, he is made me again like he's another player as well as Romero. He's a player that I've looked at and I went, he's not going to do anything, and he's finally done it. And obviously with Harry Kane, he loves
a goal against Arsenal, doesn't he?
Sorry. Oh yeah, of course
he loves a goal.
Because obviously when you get released by a team and they end up winning more trophies than you, obviously feel a bit upset.
I absolutely love this. Like, we released him, we win. Like
mentality around. We lost 100%. We 100% lost, but we still won more trophies than him anyway. So it's all right. You know, Geordie Ossie Tutu has won more trophies than Harry Kane. The Papa John's Cup compared to.
But we're not getting into the philosophical debate of who would you rather be. You'd rather be Harry Kane still.
I'd rather have accolades.
No, you wouldn't. You'd rather be Harry Kane than the man that's.
I don't want to speak like this and talk
like
this. Just Harry Kane.
Right, lads, we've got the two. That was 2 easy ones. The last spot is the right wing. You've said Saka already, haven't you?
It is Saka. I really do.
Agree?
I know he's gonna now come out, but there is a big case to be made for Kuleveski since he's sacked.
Obviously, this is a team of the season, so it is Saka. He's come off obviously the Euros, which wasn't exactly
good plan for it, did it, when he let his country down?
But no.
Saka.
I think
there is. Can I just honourable mention Kuleveski?
Yeah,
he's come in and he's done.
I think if he played
the whole season and he kept up the productivity,
8 assists.
If he had the product, it's 8 assists and 5.
8 assists and 3 goals in the league.
11 G&As. He's got more than Luis Diaz. Diaz is.
We did a video about this recently.
Yeah,
Diaz then absolutely battered Villarreal in the Champions League, but
with Saka, he's come off that and being a young ethnic male and having some of that abuse in the town centre after it happened, compared to what he had, and then still being able to you know what, I'm not gonna hide away. I'm gonna go out, have the best season of my career, and still being 20 years old. He's 2 school years older than me. And he's kicking ball for Arsenal and England, and
I wish I could say he was older than me.
Yeah, this is the problem now. Like, I look at Mason Mount and I'm like, he's 3 years younger than me. That's it's getting right. I'm 25. That's where we're fucking ending.
Oh my.
The final question, I forgot to mention this to you that we should probably do, but Who's got the best manager, Jay?
I mean,
Do you want to do manager?
I mean,
Who
Yeah,
manages-
we'll do manager.
who manages
We'll
this
put a
team?
manager. How many Spurs players are there?
so it is 5 Spurs players to 6 Arsenal players. So Arsenal technically won,
I know. I was aware that was going to happen.
but
I
the
think-
manager could tilt it to 6.
I don't think the manager should count
No,
because
it's fine. I'm happy to I
yeah,
think
they're always in our shadow, so they don't mind being in it again.
I'm honestly.
Some sort of
So
mentality.
unbelievable.
You're celebrating a draw. You're celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
A draw.
Ross. I'm not even celebrating. I'm accepting that Arsenal have had a lot of young, exciting people
I
that
think-
have come through this season. There's a lot of Tottenham players that are doing a job right now. It's going to be a massive summer for us. I really like Eric Dyer.
I think
Always
it's
loved
going to be.
Eric Dyer.
I think it'll be a massive summer for both of us.
Oh, so are we not doing manager?
Yeah,
now?
we'll do manager.
Well, I-
if it was a 5, it would be Conte any day of the week.
Can I give you my argument for Conte, Jay?
Yeah,
It's Conte.
Conte is.
Wait, whoa!
This
Don't-
is Conte.
How is it?
It's Conte.
He's a Chelsea fan.
Exactly.
How does this work?
Listen,
You don't know Conte.
what Conte has
He does.
done. I know him very well.
That's okay, you
What?
No. What he's done at Chelsea and
Juventus.
and Inter Milan, not at your club, because we're talking about season. We're not talking about the past. We're not talking about them. We're talking about now. So your Chelsea, we wanted the Premier League,
Right.
doesn't count.
What, 2 points? He's 2 points behind your lap.
No, actually, he's got a point, but actually, I've just remembered something. It's Conte.
And I've also remembered the fact that
I'm just gonna
you're a
write Conte
Chelsea,
again.
you're a Chelsea fan and you're a Spurs fan. So this is obviously just
Yeah.
unfair. But you can't just go. It's Conte.
Arteta has actually proved a lot of people wrong,
It's
but he
Conte.
does suffer.
You
from
lost
not-
against Burnley earlier this season.
You lost against like who have
No,
you
no,
lost
no, no,
against?
no, no.
Brentford.
Brentford. Didn't they beat? Didn't they
No,
hold
they
them to
beat
a draw?
them.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I really lost 2 now. So it's not too bad.
Right, we've all had embarrassing
No,
losses this season.
no.
We're going to end the video there.
We're going to end the video.
Go Conte.
The final 11 was
We'll run through the
Reece,
final
Tomiyasu, Romero, Gabriel, Tierney, Højbjerg, Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Kane, Son.
Yeah.
We're both happy with that,
I'm
yeah?
very happy with
Conte's
Reece.
the manager.
Ramsdale.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
Ramsdale.
You can't say I'm happy
I
to
love
have
Aaron.
Lloris in.
I love you, bro.
And,
Aaron, I love you.
You can't say.
No, I
will
just love
concede
him.
and
I just love. He's my guy, innit? I
That's
love
the
you.
cut point.
I love you.
That's
I
the
love
cut
you. I
point.
love you.
It's a disgrace. Kevin, do you want to shout yourself out? Thanks for coming out.
Thank you guys. My Instagram, I'll make sure you guys get it. It'll be down below. My TikTok as well. Give me a message. We'll talk about football, anything you want. And thanks for having me.
Drop them a message. Right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.
Tell your dad.
Tell your dad. Do you want to say that to us? Tell your dad.
Tell your mum. Well, we keep it up and